Let's take some tweets. Let's take some tweets. Everybody's talking about the Golden Eaglets, and I can understand. Why. Somebody here, Abimbola Oyedokun, is telling us that the Golden Eaglets can make us happy. Let's keep praying for them. We always have to put prayer into all of this, but they can make us happy. I believe so. Yeah. They can make us happy. They can do it again. Namdi Okoro says that the Golden Eaglets are exceptional, but they should avoid complacency. That was why they lost to Croatia. I think he's right. It shouldn't get into their head that
the Croatians needed it
more. And the Nigerians had already qualified. They were going to top the group. Maybe that explains, even though it's not an excuse. Arowolo Omotade says there's always a reward for hard work. I salute our guys and their coach talking about the Golden Eaglets.
All right, it's been an interesting time. We're still definitely taking more of all of that, or we'll be taking more of that when time permits us. But for now, let's serve you some highlights of games played in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Enjoy that, and we'll return for more on the show, Sports This Morning.
Some highlights coming from match day 34 of Nigeria Professional Football League. And for those of you that was actually asking us if there's a female referee, I think you saw one actually.
Pictures don't lie.
Pictures don't lie. Yeah, you saw one there.
But we want to see
maybe someday we'll get to bring one to the studio, right?
Yeah,
maybe Fifi Rabo can actually bring her up here. Yeah. Okay? We'll do that someday.
Challenges.
Being a woman officiating in a men's game, did they
when
ever feel threatened?
Okay, how does it feel I have to stay here in between you guys?
No, this is a different scene.
Okay, really?
Well, you relaxed.
That's how I
You
feel.
relaxed.
Exactly, so that's how it feels. Okay, that's results coming from match day 35 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. AIM, of course, were consolidating on the result, the fact that they are just within touching distance of winning the league this time around. 1-0 against Kwara United. Kano Pillars and Rangers 2-1. That one ended in favor of the home team. Akwa United and Sunshine Stars. Well, Akwa United winning that one. Bayelsa United and Abia Warriors, a tough one. Bayelsa, of course, taking it away from Abia Warriors. Dolphins and Ekanami Warriors. Dolphins were just good at that, 2-0. And Giwa FC and Wicked Tories, that was a tough one. But Giwa FC, of course, the home team winning. If I remember, and Heartland ended in favor of the home team. That's more like another oriented derby, and it was just a penalty, and that settles it. Sharks and Shooting Stars, the game of the moment you guys were talking about yesterday. Sharks, of course, they know they needed that result, and of course they went on all out to get it. Now, Warrior Wolves will definitely be in action against Lobby Stars today, 4 p.m. Of course, that's when the match will be played. We'll see if they can actually close up the gap, because right now they've dropped to third simply because.
I think maybe we just go straight to the top 4.
Okay, just look at it. What
the game you talked
right
about,
now.
there's a consequence for. So maybe at the end of today, this might, this might change.
Okay,
let's see.
Might change.
It might. So we have Enyimba, Giwa FC, Warriors, and Wicked Tories, top 4 in that order. The only team that hasn't played 35 matches is Warriors. So they will be able to close the gap and probably reclaim the second position if. But I'd like to point out that if doesn't count in football.
Okay,
it doesn't count.
Okay.
So you have to win your game first. So we'll see what happens in that. That's what it looks like at the top. 4. Let's look at the bottom.
Bottom 4. Some teams have actually left that bottom, right? Lobby Stars dropping now. Kwara United
gradually.
Okay, there at Bayelsa United, and of course FC Taraba. Now the Sharks, talking about the swimming teams, Dolphins and Sharks are out of the bottom 4. Now Taraba at the bottom of the group. FC Taraba at the bottom of the group. Now right now the game against Nasarawa United, that game was abandoned. It was goalless when it was abandoned because they said the fans actually encroaching the pitch and all that. So we'll be waiting.
That happening again?
Yeah, we'll be waiting for reports from LMC to actually tell us what's going to happen in that game that was abandoned. But I think this shouldn't be happening again, Nigerian Professional Football League, because we felt we've gone past this stage. We've gone past this stage, situation whereby fans, whatever result comes, just be happy with it.
Just be happy.
Yeah. But where there's always the human factor, issues like this, fans, bad officiating, all of those things. All you want is that it be reduced to the barest minimum. And I'm not holding brief for the officials of the clubs or anything. Incidents like this have not really been, doesn't really happen much. But I'm not giving an excuse, like I said, it shouldn't be happening. And I hope that when the LMC comes with his reports, we'll know where we're going. Are we going to replay it? Is there going to be a fine? Is there going to be a stadium ban? All of those things.
You don't need this as this time around, especially
with their position.
There's something hanging, also on the head and on, not being able to pay players, and they might just be facing sanctions, 6-point deductions, and so many things right now. And this is happening. I think that's
why this is important. Yes, the LMC needs to do something, because it's going to have a ripple effect. Whatever decision, and everybody's looking at Taraba United. I hope they'll be able to play all their games. I don't want us to go into the boardroom. There are seasons where so all of this, you sort this out before you go to the next game, because the next round of games might present their own challenges as well. So you deal with it as it comes. So I'll be interested in seeing what the LMC has to say. I'll also be interested in seeing what fans. You need to have different versions of what really happened. Those two teams definitely will have different things to say. But those who went to see the game, also to be interesting. What really transpired.